Christ Freedom Church. Hey y'all, welcome to Month of Mission. We have been walking through why Jesus sends us together in mission. And so we processed over the last two videos reasons why it's better to do mission together than apart. And today we're going to process reason number 3. And so Reese, could you just kind of help us to see the third reason for why mission is better together than apart?
Yeah, well, I think it's kind of obvious, but it's still really important, and it's because mission is hard, and we need the encouragement of other people. Sometimes mission is life-giving and exciting and energizing, and then sometimes you don't see the fruit that you wish that you had seen, or you encounter resistance. And I really think that outside of community, the vast majority of us will get discouraged and maybe just find it easier to kind of disengage. A scripture that came to mind for this is Galatians 6:9. This is Paul writing to a church that's trying to reach their city, and he says, "Do not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." That's a simple verse, but that's what Paul's doing. He's encouraging this church to continue being light in the city, continue in their good works, in order that people might come to encounter the gospel. And this really stood out to me. Just recently, I kind of skimmed a book that I think a few people from the church have read. It's called Spiritual Multiplication in the Real World by, I wrote this down, Bob McNabb. And the part I really took away is he did a study of people that had a consistent pattern of living missionally, engaging the lost. And he was looking for common threads. What was the factor that really led to consistent missional engagement?
Yeah.
And he found that the number one determining factor was whether or not people were in communities where the clear purpose of that community was to encourage and exhort one another to continue engaging missionally. And he said if you weren't, just based off of the research, in a community like that, it was really hard to sustain mission. And one of the reasons why is because it's hard. And we get discouraged. And we need brothers and sisters to remind us of the fruit that God has brought, to encourage us whenever we feel low, and to come alongside of us and help us in that endeavor. And so again, it's a simple reason, pretty obvious, but really, really important. I think it's very hard to sustain a lifestyle of mission if you're mainly doing it alone.
Yeah, that's so good. Yeah, I can affirm that for sure. I mean, there are moments where pastoral ministry is hard, and to not have someone alongside in the work with. There was a time when we didn't have you, associate pastor, and that was tedious and laborious and really difficult. And I mean, I even think of many pastors during the season of COVID who pastored alone. A lot of them are no longer in ministry because it was really taxing and difficult. And so, what would you say would be something practical that we could do in light of what you shared?
Yeah. Well, we've hit on this a couple times this week, but the most obvious one is to get involved in a mission group if you haven't already. And
if you hadn't heard it the first time.
And we call them mission groups for a reason, obviously, is because they're communities that aren't only called to do life together, but are called to encourage each other and hold each other accountable for using their gifts to reach and love the city. And so we could reinvent the wheel, but I think that the easiest way to really apply this is to be a part of a mission group. And if for whatever reason your schedule doesn't allow that or not, it's simply just having a couple of people where mission is a regular item on the agenda of conversation, so that you can hear stories, be encouraged, pray for one another. But mission group is just a built-in rhythm of that. So,
wow, that's really good. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah. Hey, Christ Freedom, we really hope that y'all are really being encouraged by this. There is a clear takeaway here, and that is that mission is done better together in community. And so if you're not in a mission group, reach out to us, let us know how we can help you there. And so we'll see you later. Bye.
See you.